There's nothing broken. You can't see it.
I need help to do everything.
It's taken years for me to get my diagnosis.
I've had ME for 21 years and I've been housebound for 8 of them.
Myalgic encephalomyelitis, also known as ME, was known as the disease with 1,000 names. 2 centuries on, the medical committee still have a limited understanding of the condition.
So what exactly is it, and how does it affect the people who actually have it?
People have a profound sense of exhaustion, pains in the muscles, headaches. It's a real and disabling disease.
Yeah.
4 times as many women than men suffer with ME. Emma Taylor is a singer and a comedian who shares on social media how ME has turned her life upside down.
I saw some of your tweets, some of your posts. You're also showing your life with ME online. Why is it important for you to do that?
I think it's important to raise awareness and let the world see how much ME patients suffer.
How much support do you feel ME patients get from the NHS?
There are CFS clinics out there and you can wait months and months and months just completely on your own, afraid of what's going to happen to you, afraid of what's going on. And in the end, you usually just get given graded exercise therapy.
In the time that you've been campaigning, there have been developments such as the graded exercise therapy, but what actually has changed for ME patients?
Not a lot. I'm very sorry to say, but things are now changing. We now have the science to show why graded exercise is bad for people with ME. And that's because the mitochondria, the little batteries in the cells, run out of oxygen much more quickly than they do with a normal person. If you get 2 people and you give them the same exercise on one day, and then you go to the next day, the person who is fit can do the exercise better because they've had a bit of practice. The person with ME can't do it at all.
There's been a lot of controversy around graded exercise therapy, the structured exercise program that is aiming to increase physical activity, but it has been said that many patients have actually got worse. So what would you say about that?
The healthcare professionals who deliver graded exercise therapy and cognitive behavioural therapy, they shouldn't be cast as villains. They are trying their best to help people with ME, and those treatments work for many people who are mild to moderately affected, but they don't work for the majority of cases. Patients arrive in my clinic having had symptoms for years or decades, and they have no diagnosis. That is where the problem lies.
When an ME patient exerts themselves as well, their symptoms get much worse. I literally have to be in a dark room, earplugs in, eye mask on, and in just total silence, and I just have to lie there, and it can be for a day, it can be for 2 or 3 days. I used to be a real party girl, drinking on weekends, dancing in nightclubs, causing mayhem. Just don't ask, seriously. That seems like a completely different life.
Now, the Medical Research Council in 2011 committed 1.65 million to ME research, but I found out the year before they committed, I think it was 29 million to HIV and AIDS. ME is 3 times as common than HIV/AIDS. It seems a massive difference. So just how hard is it for you to gain funding for your research?
Very hard is the short answer. And in fact, I think we need to increase the funding for ME, I would say at least by 40 or 50 times.
The Medical Research Council invests into research that is funded by the UK taxpayer. I contacted MRC, they didn't want to give an interview, but they did provide this statement.
The MRC works closely with the UK CFS-ME Research Collaborative and is supportive of efforts to increase research into CFS-ME. However, we receive very few high-quality applications in this area and are trying to encourage more applications. There is a real concern that the controversy and hostility around CFS-ME research, particularly regarding the PACE trial, is deterring academics from choosing to specialise in this area.
People might think, why am I smiling or, not breaking down about it, because I do break down and I do cry. And when I cry, I cry hard. And even saying it is making me stop.
Take your time. You can stop.
No, it's fine. People need to see that it's not all roses, 'cause it's not.